Mrs. Harriet Black was, with several like-minded citizens of Sault Ste. Marie in the years leading up to the formation of the Algoma Arts Festival Association and the Algoma Fall Festival, of a mind that the community was in need of a locally inspired venue to bring the finest of Canadian and international artistic talent to enrich the cultural element of the community and to encourage the growth of local talent. We decided this whole place of Sault Ste. Marie was ready for it. We had some community concerts, but we were inspired to have a festival.
Well, in 1972, I was invited to join a group who were, at that time, planning a summer festival.
Met Dick McCutcheon, and Dick actually was the person who brought me onto the board and said, why don't you come and attend a meeting?
In the fall of that year, the Ontario Arts Council sent Nicky Goldschmidt up as a consultant, and he convinced us at that fall meeting that what we really wanted was a fall festival. He was quite taken with the colors as his plane descended into Sault Ste. Marie.
And now, wherever you turn, you have choral music in the big cities and in the smaller towns. In Sault Ste. Marie, where I have the festival, we have every year a choral concert. And they are coming even here to the festival, doing an all-Canadian program, the Algoma Festival Chorus.
Harriet describes Nicky as being a good, honest person. She recalls that his first remarks after leaving the aircraft were to the effect that, "Here you have your festival," referring to the beautiful colors of our northern forest at this time of the year. It might be speculated that this was the beginning of a long-standing use of the phrase, "A beautiful thing happens at the most beautiful time of the year."
Sun's up, looks okay, the world survives into another day, and I'm thinking about eternity. Some kind of ecstasy got a hold on me. I had another dream about lions at the door. They weren't half as frightening as they were before, but I'm thinking about eternity. Some kind of ecstasy got a hold on me.
She cites among the early members Elsie Savoy, the Art Gallery of Algoma, Paul Fast, and folks like Dick McCutcheon, Judith Robertson, and many more.
My mom, Judith Robertson, started with the Algoma Fall Festival in its second year. And she and Harriet Black, I think, were a formidable team. She worked tirelessly she was committed to the visual arts, the performing arts, and to Canadian literature.
Just a marvelous person to work with, and I really enjoyed my working relationship with her.
Very rewarding for her to have names like W.O. Mitchell and Mordecai Richler and the Marsalis brothers, Royal Winnipeg Ballet. One of my favorite memories is when Maureen Forrester was at our house, and she was such a gracious woman. And a little neighbor girl came over with her parents to meet the celebrity Maureen Forrester, and she had brand new black patent leather shoes on, and Maureen just made such a fuss over her. She was so kind and gracious.
In the early days, my parents used to take my sister and I, and we saw all kinds of amazing artists that we wouldn't have been able to see if they weren't in Sault Ste. Marie.
Winston Marsalis, fantastic, Grappelli, W.O. Mitchell, Mordecai Richler, Kinsella. So many interesting people have been to the Sioux.
I think that was part of the charm of the festival, is that it brought these iconic performers, Canadian performers, closer to us up here in the north.
I look at what they're offering their community, and the most important thing for me is the leadership for the festival actually is homegrown.
Our board and our volunteers are so committed and so passionate about the arts, and we are committed to this city and having quality excellence in the arts, and we work very hard to make that happen.
Go big or go home.
this useless night. With you so far away, I stand in front of this Ferris wheel, and I wonder, what am I doing here? And
I worked for Central Algoma Board of Education, and we were an active partner with the Algoma Fall Festival in terms of the educational program.
That may be the best part of the entire exercise, was to interest young people in the arts, and various arts, dance, music.
Children's education program, where we still, and people still do this, look after 6,000, 8,000, 10,000 kids a year.
And I was invited to come on as an advisor, an educational advisor, for the Algoma Fall Festival educational program that is held in the fall and deals with thousands, well, a few thousand young people every year.
A festival within a festival, as we dubbed it, took place as we asked most, if not all, artists to do something in the schools, master classes, demonstrations, something to interest the young people.
now old Mr. Johnson had troubles of his own. He had a yellow cat who wouldn't leave his home. He tried and he tried to give the cat away. He gave it to a man going far, far away.
Well, I made it my job to find out what the community really wanted from a festival. We kind of went back to the drawing boards and asked, you know, what people were looking for. What did the festival mean to them? And tried to diversify away from the strictly classical music category. That's really where we started in rebuilding the mandate of the festival. You know, we were very courageous and brought in Blue Rodeo. We also had Lunch with Allens. At the same time, we brought in incredible solo artists like Reef Kukulani. And perhaps the most outrageous thing we did was to bring these short operas to the hardwood mill and to produce them inside a factory.
Wayne just delighted in the fact that we were going to take opera and we were going to put it in this mill and people were going to enjoy it.
People were able to walk from stage to stage carrying a glass of wine. The factory was lit up with theatrical lighting.
Everyone left there in great spirits, just thoroughly enjoying the evening.
Well, I have a lot of good memories of artists that have come to the community. I was thinking the other day about an interesting time for this particular time of the year was Wynton Marsalis. And we were putting a little time on Sunday with a tour up through the district. I got them out about as far as Hayden, and the riff that they'd started up when I picked them up outside of the Water Tower Inn was slowly subsiding to nothingness. And then I heard someone say, as you could hear a pin drop, New England's got nothing on this. And I said, you haven't seen anything yet, because we hadn't got to the Mile Hill.
The first time Natalie McMaster came to the Sioux, she wowed the audience. They couldn't get enough. They didn't want to go home.
So it was a great privilege for me to be part of that transition. It was really, because I didn't know when I went in that that's where we would end up. And I know that they didn't know that.
I think it's proven to be a very worthwhile exercise for the community. Certainly, I think has raised the community's interest in the arts.
It's too valuable to the community. It's provided a tremendous benefit to this community.
Gosh, I can't remember one performer who wasn't gracious and grateful for the hospitality they received here in the Sioux.
What I hope for the future of the festival is that it will be here for another 40, 60 or more years. I would love to see Algoma Fall Festival become the iconic festival in Canada.
As Harriet Black said recently to me, we needed it so badly when we started off. Don't lose it. And we're not going to lose it. We're going to make it bigger. We're going to make it better.
Truly pioneer when they began. And so, I just want to say congratulations to everybody, that it really, at this point, it's theirs.